Hello. So, you might be wondering why are you wearing such a dark shade of red lipstick, Andrea? Well, I'm wearing this dark shade of red because it's my alternative to what this one woman did a few days ago. It's been all over my Twitter feed yesterday and a little bit today. By the time this video comes out, it'll be 3 days ago. But she put period blood as a face mask type look all over her face as a way to destigmatize periods. So, okay. What's my initial response to this? Well, it was, oh, gross. That's really gross. That was my initial response. As it was for many, like most. I'm going to say all that I saw, at least in my, in the comments there. So, okay. Okay, so that's why I have my red lips as an alternative to represent what a period represents. This is red, you're like, oh, look, or I don't know, maybe I have this red hat. It's like, oh, hey, oh, my hair, like, oh, so I have red lips and a red hat, and I'm talking about periods. I have a message about them. So, I mean, can you get the sort of representation between the red and talking about period? Because it's blood and blood is red. Okay, oh, you got that? Oh, okay, good. So that would have been pretty like streamlined of a message. Okay, so that's just, yeah. So I'm like, okay, why couldn't she have just been a little bit more subtle? Okay, my bangs, guys, seriously. Oh, okay, just leave it. I'm leaving it. So, okay, so if she wants to have a to be received by the public, you want them to receive it clearly and I guess accept it. And I think in a way the medium lost the message. So all people see, men and women, I'm a woman, I have a period every month, and I was grossed out because it's blood on your face. It's period blood, and it's on your face in the style of a face mask, and that just elicits a disgust response from people. And so that's that. And so even if some women, because, okay, I'm just going to look at what her, okay. So Demetra Nyx wants to encourage other women to love their periods and to stop being ashamed and embarrassed by them. And so I read this article is in the mirror.co.uk is what the first thing that comes up in Google results if you're interested. You can just type in the search period blood face, and that's what comes up. So it says that a few women have messaged her and said, at first I was unsure, but then I decided and thought about it that maybe it is something that makes me embrace my period. Okay, that's nice that some ladies got the message and stopped being ashamed of their periods. But she says specifically that she felt awkward about her period with her boyfriends. So if we're trying to reach men to destigmatize the ick factor of periods, I just don't see how putting it on your face will help men to accept periods as a normal everyday thing to talk about, not to be grossed out by, because you just literally grossed them out with the blood on your face. I mean, I think I would be kind of grossed out with any blood. I mean, if you look, I'm not going to show the pictures because I just refuse. But if you want to see the pictures, you can just, I guess I'll link in the description. So, I mean, she's got it written something, and on her leg, like writing in blood. I don't know. It just feels like, it seems creepy and gross. And so anyway, okay. So that was my initial, like, okay, judgy response. And so then I was thinking about it more the past few days. And so what is the most forgiving way to read this? So, okay, so I remembered actually a few years ago, a lady was selling some just like nice, like high-end little glass ornaments, to put all the proceeds around Christmas time, to put the proceeds towards this one nonprofit organization that raises money to put together these reusable kits for girls and women in developing nations, where these girls have their period and they're confined to their room, or they have to make a pad out of, say, whatever is around, like, say, like pieces of mattress, or, and they can't really go to school. So they're really quite missing out on that. And so it's a problem. These girls have their periods and they are then limited by that because they don't have the proper resources to deal with it. So, I mean, that's something that could use some awareness and it could use some support, for these girls. So I don't know if this is the same organization, but it's called Days for Girls. And the founder was doing some humanitarian work in an orphanage, and where she asked about what the girls do about their periods, and they said the girls they sit on cardboard for several days each month, often going without food unless someone brings it to them. And so this, I'll put this website in the comments. So it's just, it is a problem. It is something that needs to be addressed, especially in these developing nations. And like, girls need resources to deal with their period. So whereas boys don't, because they don't have periods. So it is something that we could talk about that is in need. I mean, also the fact that there's only been, up until recently, two like materials available, like pads and tampons. Pretty sure both of them were made by men. I think tampons were like in World War II to soak up bullet wound blood. So, I mean, yeah, that's nice that we've had those, but lately the period cup has come out, and that's a nice to have one extra option. But I mean, we could have more innovation there. But I mean, that's not what this woman was even talking about. She didn't address either of those other two things. I don't think it's something that should be taboo to speak about and talk about. But I just don't think she got through to the masses in the way that, I mean, okay, to be fair, she said it was an impulse, which often happens on social media. So I don't want to rip her apart. I mean, it was an impulsive idea and she did it and whatever, but we also have the right we received it the way we received it. She has the right to do what she wants, and we also get to not be on board with it as well. So so those are my thoughts. I don't think the message was received, and I don't think that this is the way to destigmatize periods. I think maybe, it's getting me talking about it, so maybe it worked. Maybe. Okay? But I think, like I said, why you could do the sort of red theme. She could have done even like face paint, or just any kind of paint that will wash off, water-based, and this is representative. But it's the ick factor is in the literal blood, I think. So anyway, whatever. So I just think that she missed the mark, I'm going to say, on this one. And just guys, sometimes girls need to go change their tampon and don't be grossed out. Like, that's the message, I think. And so that's what I'll say that. Just, it's not, we have to do it. We have to. We can't. You know, like, I've got to change a lot of diapers. It's gross, but I want my kids to be clean. So it's part of life. It is natural, but that doesn't mean you have to put it on your face. That's all. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, guys. Okay. So I think that I'm starting to ramble, so I'm going to be done. And, oh yeah, don't forget to subscribe and maybe like if you liked it. And, you know, click the little bell on the side so you'll get notifications when I post more videos. And yeah, let me know what you think about this in the comments as well.